Adele lost weight with the Sirtfood Diet, but does it really work for everyone? Let's break it down. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Weight Loss War podcast. I am your host, Trevor. And before we jump into it, we're going to start off with a quote as always. Today's is by someone unknown, but they said, "Your only limit is you." Alright, so today we're talking about a diet that has made headlines recently thanks to Adele. She credits the Sirtfood Diet for her weight loss transformation. But does that mean that it will work for you? Let's kind of unpack it and see what it is and whether it really delivers on its promises. So, what is the Sirtfood Diet and how does it work? The Sirtfood Diet is built around the idea of activating sirtuins. I don't even know if I can pronounce that. Sirtuins. A group of proteins in your body that regulate metabolism, inflammation, and aging. And so this diet is really emphasizing foods rich in polyphenols, which are compounds that can simulate these sirtuins. These are things like kale, buckwheat, walnuts, blueberries, dark chocolate, and red wine. And so the first phase of this diet is pretty intense. It is low calorie and it focuses on green juices. And then the second phase is a bit more relaxed, but it still centers on these high polyphenol foods. And so here's the thing. There's no doubt that polyphenols are good for you because they act as antioxidants, they help reduce inflammation, and they may even support your heart health. So when you're adding foods like dark chocolate and red wine, in moderation, these can actually be a healthy part of your diet. But let's be real, eating a square of dark chocolate doesn't automatically melt away the pounds. It's the overall diet and your activity and the lifestyle that matter most. So this is the truth about celebrity weight loss and rapid celebrity weight loss is and this is where we get tripped up, and this is why it's hard for me to recommend any of these I don't want to call them fad diets because they work, but here's the thing about Adele's transformation, or maybe not her in particular, but celebrities. They often have personal trainers and chefs and medical supervision. Things that the average Joe like us, we don't really have. And then in addition to that, rapid weight loss will involve a higher probability of water weight being lost and muscle loss, so not just fat. And then obviously your results are going to vary widely based on genetics, your starting weight, and your lifestyle. So, this Sirtfood Diet worked for Adele, not Madele, goodness gracious. Worked for Adele. But it's not a one-size-fits-all solution, and it's definitely not magic. You guys have heard me talk about this time and time again. It's not the diet. It's not, let's get down to a healthy weight and then everything will be great and then I can just go back to doing whatever I want. We need to create habits that are going to lead us to a higher quality of life and sustained weight loss, sustained health. We are trying to create that kind of life. That's why I recommend macros, because I feel like they are a sustainable thing. We can hit them, we can set the goals, we can easily adjust them for, weight gain, weight loss. We can make sure that we're getting the nutrients we need, all of that. In addition to that, you can do something like the 80-20 rule, Um, Really, though, the main point of all of this, of everything that we are doing, and everything I recommend, and it's finding what works for you long term. Because without a plan, you're not going to be able to sustain any of the results that you achieve. No one's immune to it. I have, lost weight and recently stopped doing the things that I should have done, went on a vacation, started baking, eating a lot of sweets, and I gained weight, and now I have to work to get it back off. If you don't do it, if you don't do the work long term, you are not going to sustain your results long term. And so it sounds like if I went back and listened to all of my past episodes, it would be create habits, quality of life, macros, sustainability. That's the important thing, though. Can you sustain what you are doing? Going back to this Sirtfood diet, Sirt foods can be healthy, but you know we can't expect rapid results overnight. What we can do is incorporating these polyphenol-rich foods into our idea or into our lives. Excuse me. But it's the consistent, balanced approach that is going to lead to lasting weight loss. Rarely, if ever, will a quick fix diet be the approach. It needs to be a balanced, consistent, long term approach that you can sustain for the rest of your life. Because let's be honest, that's what we're doing. It is a lifelong battle to live healthily. If you stop doing the things that we know lead to better health and a higher quality of life, your results are going to fade away. So think about that before you embark on any lasting diet, any nutrition plan, anything like that. Anyway, I preach about this all the time, so I'm going to leave it there. But I'm curious if any of you out there have tried the Sirtfood diet. Please drop a comment, send me a message. I'd love to hear your experience about it. I'm definitely new to it, so I don't have any real experience with it other than a couple of YouTube searches, internet searches, a bit of research here and there. But if this episode has helped you, please follow, rate, and share it with a friend. Until next time, I'm Trevor. Stay balanced, stay smart, and keep fighting your weight loss war.